Hello there folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel and another game analysis video, this time about a game called Tales of Aethereal. This game I downloaded from itch.io. I don't know if it is a full game. I downloaded it so long ago and well, just like it looks, it's definitely an RPG Maker game because it seems to have the same files of RPG Maker. Now, one thing that I've seen after 200, like 2800 hours is this new folder called CSS, which means that uh, this one actually has a plugin called, do I actually find it in here? Wait, Mog title Himavari. Wait, I actually downloaded this and I actually have access. Oh wait, it's RPG Maker MZ, not MV. Okay, but you do have access to all these plugins, which I'm not sure you should actually. So I'm not gonna double click anyone because I don't want to reveal any code. But I have to admit, it's like people have been taking MZ like really serious because so many of these plugins already for MZ. Okay, especially the Visustella's team. Some random dude, he actually did plugins, town map background. Okay, people have taken MZ way too seriously. Or, well, if they actually enjoy it, why not? Now, let's actually dive into the game. Now, what I see in here through this CSS folder, this definitely has the Luna engine. Oh, and I actually like this intro. Okay, so the game is called Tales of Aethereal, and most likely it is an RPG Maker game based on the file architecture in here. Now, package.json, JSON files. Okay, this is def Aruna JSON, Aruna Mage. These are character files for sure. Mary, Murk. Okay, these are JSON files that store the face assets, the pictures of the characters, basically their animation. Okay, so I really love this. Oh, this also moves with the cursor. Okay, that's awesome. And you can also move them by arrows. Okay, so the intro song is actually it's not the typical, RPG Maker MV, the ear rape song, that kind of, that's actually a very good song for, your telephone alarm, I could say. Okay, so let's see. We have 4 characters in here, 3 females, one of them seeming to be an archer. Well, a longbow and arrows. The other one seems to be kind of a warrior mage, something like that. I don't know, the outfit doesn't look like that of a warrior. This one seems to be definitely a mage, and of course either a human with nekomimi or cat ears, or probably a cat-eared female character. Let's see, and a dude in the back who seems like, I don't know, some kind of assassin or infiltrator character, or some kind of long-range spike. I don't know exactly, like that's how the character would look based on the graphics, but well, long range, short range, you kind of need plugins for that to arrange the RPG Maker battle system, because in the battle system you don't have ranged or melee. All the characters just shoot, and well, I'm guessing you need a lot of work to arrange characters, in front and in the back, and you can only focus the front line. That's probably for other platforms. Now, in my 2800 hours of RPG Maker, I haven't dived too much into the fighting part. I really dislike, I can't say dislike, but I don't enjoy the battle system. If I were to ever introduce battles, I would definitely create an event built battle system, which I already have an idea of for the other project, but the small project will be released without the battle system. Probably the battle system will be developed in time. Okay, and I will develop it and come with it later, because it doesn't have any influence over the story, and I actually have to change the story to also adapt that in. So let's actually dive into the game and see what... Wait, let's actually go to options. Okay, autosave is on, I guess. Random encounters, normal, non-half normal. Okay, this reminds a bit of Final Fantasy, but, well, RPG Maker's battle system is based off of Final Fantasy, but there was the encounter rate, I think. The setting was called like that, like non-normal, 2x and 4x. And we have battle, show battle animations, of course. Wait, okay. Battle animation speed, fastest, nano, thanks. That's probably also gonna consume a lot of resources, and JavaScript ain't the most optimized as of what I heard. So let's see what people create. I'm used to, RPG Maker games being truly simplistic, and compared to the complexity that I always create, because I can't create simple stuff. Okay, so let's actually dive into the game and see what's it all about. Okay, that's a sound for magic effect, I don't remember which one. All demigods Mjork and his escape from Earth, okay. Pretty long ago. Okay, oh, you actually have access to the console. From the creator of Nina's House. Okay, I don't know that game. That definitely looks like an MZ animation, because they are much more sparkly. Hey, I really love the cloud animations though. I'm curious how you can actually do this. Well, I can basically do this with events and have them move slowly around the map, but I doubt this is actually done with events. What else? How else I can make this? Basically with pictures, but when you move around, pictures also move around, so because they're stuck to a certain dimension on the screen. So if you're doing an intro, transparent pictures can easily be moved around, and they can make for clouds. What I'm curious about is, does this game actually have cloud generators, or like I've seen, I think 3 or 4 different shapes of clouds. Are they like naturally generated, or they have a template, or they are simply randomly generated? Okay, so let's see, written and directed. Okay, I'm usually good at spotting spelling mistakes. Okay, by Mjork Studio. Okay, so this is the character. Okay, this world, what has it become? Title art and logo by Semkus Art. Okay, what were the gods thinking when they gave these humans the means for their own destruction? Okay, so what I see is some plain assets, like a few trees. Yes, the map is looking quite good. Finally, I see someone who has, two-tiled wide ways instead of the typical one tile, which kind of gives the impression it's way too small. Usually I go for 3, 4 probably regarding these. If people are interested in seeing my video games, well, I have a few videos, and including 13 design logs on them. Okay, what I know for sure, I won't be introducing custom characters, especially if they are taller, because of some issues. So let's see. Alright, I'm guessing this is not an auto-run event. I'm guessing this is a parallel event, because usually people add, they seem to be very parallel happy with eventing. Everything has been downhill for at least the last millennia. Okay, it's more than 1 millennia because it's the plural. So let's see, they should have made more divine laws when making this world to prevent this mess. Okay, the Windows seems to be using a custom skin, I guess, and has the translucent background, which I think is option, not option 0, I think is option 1. 0 is non-transparent, 1 is translucent, and 2 has parameter value if the window background simply doesn't appear. Alright, so let's see. Oh wait, this is MZ. This is MZ. Wait, I'm still thinking about MV. Okay, so yes. Yes, instead of complaining, I should just live here and see how my world has been developing over the last few thousand years or however long it's been. Okay, developing. I don't think this is the most fitting word. I don't know if English is the main language of the designers. And here it's a art project or art project. I don't know exactly, but okay. These definitely look like custom created characters, or are these MZ characters? I don't know for sure. I tested MZ a bit, but I haven't dived too much into. So developing means creating from scratch, creating from zero. So if you use the word developing, then I'm guessing the world they mention has been destroyed and it started from, like, literally from scratch. This world is on the brink of destruction. Most of the gods have abandoned this place and humanity can't be fixed. Well, sounds like I can't call it cheesy, but it sounds like a bit of a forced intro. What I usually do in intros, I make them quite lengthy, but I also change the the songs from time to time. Some bust would have probably been better in a way, like just the character sitting idle. Okay, like that's something I really it kind of turns me off when everything is way too static. The plus side is these clouds actually moving around. Okay, you want your game to feel animated a bit, because when complex minds like mine, based on thinking fast, hyper-threading, multiple ideas at the same time and interconnections, you always want something animated, you want something to change in there, because if things don't change, your RPG Maker game will most likely look like a visual novel with, the RPG mechanic of actually moving around. The other gods still here can deal with this decaying world. Okay, several thousands of years here is more than enough for my taste. Geez, I hope my world didn't become as bad as this hellhole. Okay, my world and hellhole. Okay. I don't understand this contrast yet. Probably as the story develops, like my world didn't become as bad as this hellhole. Probably his world was this one before it, became what it is now. Although looking at, the graphics of it definitely doesn't compare. And I always have to admire, the brightness of these. Okay, so 90 frames. Okay, that's actually good. Instead of the typical 60 frames that looks, just 1 second. I think almost 120 frames, but it's 90 frames at least. Alright. Oh, I remember this. It's in MV also, but here in MZ it's a bit brighter, so I don't know if although it actually doesn't look like this. I have something like this bought from a graveyard tile set. Okay, so yes, the blackness. Okay, typical RPG setting. Looks like kind of a ruin. Not off to a great start, though I should have built this somewhere other than in a cave. Oh, okay, so this is basically a cave. Okay, the things, sprouting downwards. I don't know, like it gives the impression that there's an abyss down there and this is kind of a plateau. So we have no player input yet. I'm guessing it's still the parallel event. Also, seems explorers found this place. They probably think it belongs to an old civilization or something. Ha. Well, you could write the ha with capital letters on both of them. Okay, so in MV there is a point in which when the character is when an event controls the player and there are no input based aspects like text boxes, input based, namely things that you require to click or you require a certain action, player action to dispatch, and the event is still going on and you don't have these. When you click on the map, you can basically have your character move there, okay, throughout the event, which kind of definitely doesn't look good. So it would be advisable to actually use auto-run events, especially for beginnings. Okay, now this line here, kind of makes an awkward contrast, which I don't know, makes this tile particularly stand out. Probably, it should get a little tint of darkness. I don't know, some shade. Okay, let's see, unless it's all burning down out there. Okay, so definitely this looks like, or this should be a wall, I guess, or the upper part of a wall. The color are kind of, way too similar, and this black line is way too, like regular. Okay, it's way too rectilinear, and I don't know what to say. Okay, it's like it gives the impression it's too straight. Okay, like cave walls aren't that straight. Okay, so let's see. And I'm not pulling people down nor their projects. Is that just that I'm specializing myself, and I've been specializing myself in breaking all the details down. Now, what I would also say, this definitely looks like the same tile set type as these, because these seem to have, a color that is a bit more faded. This one stands out a bit way too much, and it induces a sense of void in this area, as if, there is literally nothing in here. Okay. Now, compared to my style, where I kind of cramp each and every space possible so that the player is visually stunned, and I have my own way of creating movement mechanics on the map. Well, I have my own style, okay, but I can say I actually like the way it looks, although the skulls and the such kind of give the impression of a bit of a graveyard. Alright, and I'm curious if these statues are actually for a deity. And please don't be on fire. Okay, let's see. So they move in there. Okay, so finally an animated character. This is a restricted dig site. Okay. What exactly are we digging for? According to what we discovered so far, it appears as though this cave once belonged to one of the gods. What do we mean one of the gods? I'm positive there is only the one god that created this world. Well, if you say so, then that is your opinion, but there are a few gods here that we know of. The ones we know of so far is the Aetherial god of light and the Aetherial goddess of darkness. Okay. Although, as you are well aware, we don't talk about the goddess. This is only raising more questions and quite possibly concerns as well. I'm however interested as why we don't talk about the goddess. Okay, one thing I can say is this background music would use a little tone down. It seems a bit loud. Usually my BGMs are on 5% or at most 10%, if not 15% if they are already soft enough. Alright, so you're joking, right? Everyone knows we don't talk about her ever since she took over the old Eldia castle and created the Chaos Beasts. Oh, okay. So do they look like some stuff we have to kill? I won't incur her wrath. If you want to ask stupid questions, then ask the Aetherial of Light about it. So when you click outside, it actually freezes. I mean, not freezes, yeah, it kind of halts. Alright. Right, that works for me, so tell me, where can I find this Aetherial of Light? Surely you jest, Everyone knows where he is, even though he just never answers these days. It doesn't mean he's gone anywhere though. Take any more of your questions to the Elder in Talon, just also here. He can tell you whatever you want to know, but for now, you can't be here, so I'll have to ask you to leave. If you ever become lost and need to know where you go, you can always check your quest log in your inventory. You will also come across items marked with quest, which indicate they are quest items and can provide info on where to go. So let me guess, now we have, okay, well, skills, equip, status. Oh, okay, so the menu was redesigned like this. Okay, I was interested in actually creating a quest log, although I'm not gonna dive into CSS and, you know, the what is it called? Oh yes, the Luna engine for MV. I was interested in buying it, though I don't know if it actually will work first of all, and it's not one of the cheapest plugins first of all, and I'm, you know, instead of the $60 spent on that, I'd definitely buy some extra Japanese voices for my games, since I will rely on that heavily for the, you know, theater club performances. Alright, so story quest, not interested for now. Okay, so let me guess. Okay, so basic tiles. Right, impassable terrain. Okay, nothing. Oh, okay, I can actually move below this. I don't wait, what? Oh, it actually has the octo-diagonal movement, okay. Good to keep in mind. Okay, so you can basically... So you can actually go behind the trees, which is nice. I also do that in my game, because why not? Oh my god, that sound! That sound! That's move 01. Now I know that sound is move 01, and I think it's pitch 100, okay? Judging by the loudness, I think the volume is 60% at least, 70%, or probably 50%. But you don't want to use that sound, okay? Because it sounds like a girl, you know, using high-heeled shoes. If you want to use this sound, use it on 60% pitch, how I use it, because it actually sounds like someone using boots to walk, which is much better for male characters. And use it with a volume of 25% usually, because you don't want it to be loud. The sound is already loud. How are other gods in my world? I didn't create any when I designed everything. So now that's just extra work to deal with them. Well, I can't say it's boring at least, but I do need to find this supposed Aetherial god and figure some things out. The man said the elder in town would know more, so I guess I should pay him a visit. Okay, so let me guess. These are separate maps. This tree log kind of reminds me of FSM tile sets. It's 22 euros on Steam. Okay, so let me guess. Are these actually different maps? Oh, you actually have an inside on there. I kind of like the Stalin face. Okay, so I remember these, yes, I think FSM tile sets. I remember having them, but well, I've spent around $2,000 on, you know, tile sets, music, and the such for my games. Alright, so let's see. Can we actually interact with anything around here? I doubt there's anything. Oh my gosh, she's so small. I don't know if she's supposed to be a child, but even her facial picture looks quite cute. Good afternoon, sir. You must be new to town. Can I help you with anything? Hello there, little... Oh, he actually calls her little one. That's how I usually call girls. Yes, I could use a bit of help finding your town's elder. You mean old man Quaz? Quaz. Okay. He's a nice old man. You can find him there in his big house. Oh, and we also have a smoke animation in here. Okay, we also have another character in here. These two houses look exactly the same, except this one doesn't have the bush. Alright. This seems to be tending towards Asian themes, I think. I remember also this brush. I don't know exactly what tile set it is, or if the characters or the designers actually made them themselves. Okay. Can we actually... Oh my god, really now? So this is definitely a touch event. When I touch it, okay, so it's not in here, but only on the... So it's definitely two spots in here, okay. So we have a scarecrow, also have a chest. Alright, let's... Oh, I can actually enter houses. Oh my god, that sound is actually so annoying. The... you know... Can you actually steal stuff? Ah. Oh, okay. Can actually interact with something. Too many of these sacks and boxes, I can say. Oh, you can actually enter all the houses. Okay. Well, I can steal your life though. I really don't like this idea that many people are using. The idea of the walls. I don't find any use for these walls. And I also don't like map fracturing. You know, like creating 100 different maps. I just like creating a big map which has literally everything on it. I only use different maps when I really want to portray different things which the tile sets cannot hold. I remember seeing this face somewhere else, and the neck seems a bit giraffe-y. Let me guess, you're gonna say the same thing, okay? Hey, these tiles kind of remind me of a Japanese theme. Okay, library. Those high heel sounds, they definitely sound a bit annoying. Okay, so I can't move through that bush, okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, so the eyebrows are pointed upwards. I really like the back detail on her hair. The hair seems just like, like cowlick. It's not bad. I also like the color though, and it goes well with the red and white. But the face is, I don't know, she's kind of smiling. Her eyes are wide open, but her eyebrows are pointed upwards, which kind of shows, I don't know, like, hope all is well, stranger. She kind of looks like she's either on drugs, she's not, I don't know, she's seen a ghost. It kind of shows the best, face for, let's say, face for confusion, something like that. Okay. So I'm guessing we have to go see the old fucker. Now, one thing that the reason why I won't be creating custom characters is just because of this. If you can actually see it. See, you can see the hair of the character above the house. I mean the tile of the door. Okay, so let's see. Can we actually interact with something? Okay, so I'm... Again, these walls that I kind of don't... kind of never seem to like this idea. I usually never introduce, no, I no longer introduce this part, just the wall, exactly like in here, just the wall, no, you know, wall thickness. You know, these parts kind of, I don't know, these lines, I don't know, they make the wall a bit too partitioned. I don't know exactly if that's how the tile looks. In my opinion, it would have looked better if it was, you know, like plain color, in the sense that without these lines, because, you know, I don't like being reminded of the RPG Maker-ish aspect, okay, of everything being a tile, okay, in the sense of everything has to be square, okay. I really love it when I meet tiles that are rounded, okay, like these chairs in here. Okay, so let's talk to the old fucker. Well, hello there, young man. You must be one of those adventurers, seeing as you're here this deep in the woods, okay? Deep in the woods, so you're saying this town is in the middle of a forest? I figured you would have known that, considering you're here in the middle of the woods. And I really like this part. What I remember, in MZ there is a different, there is a new feature. In the text boxes you can actually write a name, and I think this is how it actually looks in the game, because I don't remember exactly. I was interested in porting my, you know, my projects into MZ, but, well, too much work for me to handle, so no thanks. Must not have been paying attention then. Well, this is definitely one of the dumbest quotes one can say, but, well, fits the situation. I see, but you should pay more attention or you might end up being attacked by monsters out there, although you do look to be able to handle yourself. I would rephrase this like, you do look able to defend yourself or to handle. Like, look to be able. This usually is skipped when you say look able. It's much easier to say you do look able to handle yourself, okay? I'm also an authorized translator for English, so do take this as, you know, just minor tips, no judgment. So what can an old man like me help you with? Okay, so let's say Aetherials. I have questions in regard to the Aetherial god and goddess. Alright, so show question mark plus wait. Did you get wonked on your noggin? I think there's an apostrophe in here. Everyone knows about them. Can you just tell me anyway? Okay, usually what I do in text, and I think I'm getting a bit annoying with that, I always create breaks when characters speak to give a more fluency, you know, to give it a sense that the character is actually speaking, not just, you know, showing text. And again, there is nothing animated in here. There's, you know, like basically a visual novel. I mean, some busts could actually go well. The god of light and the goddess of darkness, they balance the ethereal in this world, okay? Except a long while back the goddess took over the Eldian castle in the northern continent of Eld and created the chaos beasts. Ever since then, more of the beasts kept appearing, and now they have even been spotted here in some parts of this continent. People have tried going to see the ethereal god here in the forest, but he hasn't answered anyone in many years now. Okay, so exclamation mark and wait. Wait, the ethereal god is in this forest? Well, of course, this is the Ether forest after all. So I'm guessing Ether, ethereal, kind of makes sense. Of course, I definitely knew that. In the cave to the north of the forest. Guess he should be the one to have the answers I seek. Like with that, like I said, he hasn't talked to anyone in a long time, don't get your hopes up. Oh, okay, so it actually disappears. Good, that's a point. Used by my father, he was a researcher working at the excavation site. He wanted to be close but also comfortable, so he built this town with a few others from his group. It's always been a small community, but it has become a nice town. and I'm guessing this is gonna be repeated. Well, this could have been, this could have been omitted. I heard there is this, and again that's, high-heeled sound. I'm guessing one could actually well, let's actually get away from here. Can I actually live through here? Nope. I think the only way out is... I like the dwarf's face, or, well, the character's face. Okay, so for sure there is a chest in here which I missed. Alright, let's see now. The sounds could go with, the sounds could go with toning down, I can say. Okay, so let me guess, a maze-like forest. Okay, let me see, can I actually go up? This seems to be the place. Oh, I actually found it quite quick. Well, slavation, I guess it's salvation. Alright. Okay, I really want to take that chest. For the love of Jesus, that said, people are always hoping someone else will bring them peace, not knowing they are the ones who have to work towards such things. Guess I should see this ethereal god is home so I can get some answers, then probably kick his ass. Oh, kick some god ass, okay. Well, don't keep me waiting then. Oh, okay, so this one again, this one seems a bit faded. The infamous cave of the ethereal god looks just as crappy as my little cave too. The problem is the structure here, I don't know how correct it should be, like, looks just as crappy as my little cave, and you don't need two because you have as, there is this comparison already. You don't use double comparison because it doesn't sound well. Hello, if you are here, show yourself. Silence plus wait. I don't have time for this crap, show yourself. Here there could have been a 2 seconds wait and then show yourself. Okay, that's anger, I think, or cobweb. No, I think it's anger plus wait, so much for this then. Other. One day would come here, though I was not sure when. I'm Ardor, ethereal god of light. Okay, I'm speaking with a crystal. I think I'm going to the level of being a nutcase. Okay, if you knew I was coming, did you also know that I would be pissed to find that somehow a god exists in my world, even though I did not create any? Shelia and I always thought you created us in order to maintain a balance. Alright, like the first divine law states, no mortal can wield power over the world and destroy it for selfish gain. Alright, though loopholes were found to this, but I make sure to keep people in check from going too far. The glowing crystal has spoken. That was the whole reason we showed ourselves to the world in the first place. Figures. Now figures could have been some suspension marks, then at least 1.5 seconds wait and then continue with the rest. Mortals always find a way to screw everything up. I guess Ashelia is the goddess of darkness that I've already heard so much about. Although she's not exactly herself these days. She's acting like a tyrant and creating monsters. I can't even rely on accidentally created gods to behave. She's just going through some kind of phase, I think. She doesn't talk to me these days, but I do try to maintain things as best as I can. Either you're doing a poor job or the whole balance thing only lets you do so much. I don't care though, I came to this world to live a new life away from all the drama. So I will just go and do my own thing. Okay, so you're a god that came back into a world you created to escape from the drama of gods, probably. And you've come to the real drama queens, which is the mortal realm. Okay, I really love the logic of this god, or whatever. The what code could have been written in capitals, I guess. Since you're here and going out into the world, will you find Ashelia and try to bring her to her senses? Stop this useless bloodshed and terror she's brought to this world. You could also use she's bringing. Okay, it's much better than brought, because brought is past tense simple. Wait, actually is present perfect. She has brought. It's present perfect and it's simple, which means that she has brought, and it might be a sense or a case that she no longer brings it. Okay, when you use conditional, when you use when you use continuous forms, it also shows irritation. Okay, you can say stop this useless bloodshed and terror she's bringing to this world. Okay, and use present continuous. Okay, because you want to immerse your character, at least subconsciously, because when people read things in the present, they can unfold them better in their own mind. Okay, so when they unfold things better in their own mind, it's, you know, a bit better of an immersion. Okay, and when you use continuous forms, in British English at least, it shows irritation. Okay, now I see again this, wall edge, or the width of the wall. Again, I feel the colors, it would need a bit more contrast. Okay, that's why I don't ever add wall width, or if I do, usually it's just for the blocking part, and I usually make sure that there is a contrast in between these. Okay, since you're here and going into the world, will you find Ashelia? Okay. If, and I mean if, my path and hers cross, okay, then maybe I'll do something, otherwise that isn't important at the moment. Okay, it's probably as good as it gets then, so I can't really complain. Good. Now where is the closest city to here? It would be nice to see how the world has developed, and what the cities have to offer. The closest city is on there, I think on there it could be called. You'll have to leave this forest to the west, travel southwest through the northern plains, and you'll find it. Okay, so you have to leave through the west, then southwest. Alright. So I'm guessing it was the only possible path that I had. Oh, and don't let anyone know you are the one that created this world, or that you're a god. It will only bring you trouble. Fine, but I better never hear you call me father again, or I'll unbalance this whole world by kicking your ass. Can agree to that, but do be careful out in the world. Yes, the animations. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Dude, you don't do that. Wait, what was that? Consumable possession 1, no element. HP recover multiply. Oh. The sound when you close the menu sounds like a fart. A well distorted one though. Let me see. Oh, you can actually walk under these crystals, okay. Well, it's basically the same crystal, so yeah. Alright, let's see. So we actually have to go... We have to... West. That's definitely not the way to go. I smell blood in the air this way. That's not their way. Okay, if that's not their way, let's actually see. Is there anything? Okay, these maps are very plain, I can see. But even with the, like several tiles that have been used, one can definitely... West one there, east Telan. Okay, one can definitely say, hey, you know what, the design is pretty. Okay, like on their northern plains. Okay. So southwest from here should get me to on there. Just have to pass through these plains. Okay, finally a song that isn't as loud as the previous ones. There seems to be an Asian theme around. Okay, so definitely no going that way. I like how the character is wobbling left and right. Oh, okay, these angels. Wait, what? That character is, you know, the default one, set as, you know, below characters, okay? Will they be doing that the same thing? Okay. Okay, so she's below players and she's also a touch event. Wet farmer, okay. He comes running back. He can go in. And the apostrophe there. I better go drag that ass hat back, okay. Now I remember these angels from somewhere. Okay, so let me guess. These here, or here. No, these here are touch events or something like that. And they trigger this event. Okay, you can actually go under this tower like this, but you can't go in here, okay. Typical RPG Maker. People need to learn to, you know, God was pretty persistent. In the stocks, oh okay. Okay, more faces could actually be good for characters. Let me thank you properly. Okay, thank me then. Oh, he does say I appreciate. I didn't do anything. That's exactly what I was thinking. I want her to leave, otherwise she definitely would have arrested me. I've decided I'm leaving this place to go find my daughter in Takagi. Okay, so that definitely sounds Japanese. No longer have need of this place. Maybe it'll be of better use to you since you seem like the adventurer type. Do whatever you see fit with this place. Don't give away places. What's the catch? No catch, except the guard might come back here at some point looking for me, but I will be long gone by then. Okay. There's a bush near the entrance of the western Eder forest. You should go take a look inside when you have time. It'll be worthwhile. near the entrance of the western Nether forest. Okay, so the guy will be staying here until the switch decides it's, no longer, his presence is no longer needed. Ah, okay, so that's the bush. Found 1000 coins, okay. So now let's see, is the dude gone? Like, an event change occurred. Oh, he actually has a new quote, okay. I think bigger windows than just this would be, would be much better, like, honestly. Okay, so I think it would be enough for now, because, I don't want to present the whole game in a single video. Up till now, like, except, a few design issues, like, not being able to move under those towers, and, the several few things that I mentioned till now. I don't have much else to say, so until next time, keep RPG making, keep up the good work, you are loved and appreciated. Ferengian Board signing out.